The Last Rodeo, directed by John Avnet and released on May 23, 2025, delivers a moving story about sacrifice, love, and reconciliation. At its heart is Joe Wainwright, played by Neal McDonough, a retired bull riding legend who risks everything to save his grandson, Cody. Why Joe returns to the arena. Joe Wainwright is 50 years old and far past his prime. But when he learns his grandson Cody has a brain tumor requiring urgent and expensive surgery, he makes a bold decision to come out of retirement and enter the PBR Legends Championship. With the chance to win $1 million, Joe sees the competition as his last hope to help pay for Cody's surgery. But doing so comes at a great personal risk. Joe's bull riding days ended years ago after a brutal accident that left him with a broken neck and a steel rod in his spine. Joe's daughter, Sally, is horrified when she finds out. She still remembers the trauma from her father's last injury, which left him bedridden. As a teenager, she had to care for him while grieving her mother's death. Her resentment runs deep, and she refuses to watch her father risk his life again. Cody's illness and the medical emergency. Cody's health crisis begins after he's struck by a baseball during a game. Though he initially seems fine, he later collapses and vomits at home. Sally rushes him to the hospital, where tests reveal a brain tumor. The doctors recommend surgery, but their insurance will only cover a fraction of the cost. Joe, financially strapped with 2 mortgages, realizes he has no other option. He assures the hospital they'll find the money, even if he has no idea how. The high-stakes championship. Joe fights his way through the rounds of the PBR Legends Championship. In the final, he draws the undefeated bull, Ring of Fire, an animal with a perfect record. Against all odds, Joe rides the bull for the full 8 seconds, something no other rider had managed to do. But just as the buzzer sounds, the bull bucks him off violently. Joe hits the ground hard. Time seems to stand still as the arena falls silent. He sees a vision of his late wife, Rose, in the crowd, a surreal moment that hints he may be hovering near death. His friend Charlie and medical staff rush in. The aftermath. What happens to Joe? 6 months later, we learn that Joe didn't win the championship. He came in second, missing the top score by a single point. But the story doesn't end in tragedy. The winner, Billy Hamilton, donates a portion of his winnings to Cody's GoFundMe campaign, helping pay for the surgery. The rest of the funds go toward helping other children in need, a powerful gesture of community and kindness. Cody survives, thanks to the successful surgeries. Joe may have lost the competition, but his determination inspired others to step up and make a difference. Healing a father-daughter rift. Perhaps the most emotional part of The Last Rodeo comes not in the arena, but in the hospital waiting room. After Joe rushes home during the finals, thanks to a private plane loaned by the event organizer, he arrives just in time to be there for Cody's second surgery. Sitting beside Sally, the years of hurt between father and daughter finally begin to fade. Sally acknowledges the pain she carried and admits she can't blame Joe forever for the life she didn't have. She's ready to let go of the past and move forward. Joe, in turn, apologizes for the selfish choices he made, dragging Sally and her mother across the country for his career. He expresses regret for the burden he placed on her. In a poignant moment, Sally calls him Dad, something she hasn't done in years. It's a powerful signal that their relationship, while scarred, has started to heal. Final thoughts. What The Last Rodeo is really about. The Last Rodeo isn't just about bull riding. It's a story about making peace with the past, owning your mistakes, and doing everything you can to protect the people you love. Joe doesn't win the championship, but he wins something more important: redemption, forgiveness, and a second chance with his family. The film closes on a hopeful note, proving that sometimes the hardest rides in life aren't the ones in the arena. They're the ones that bring us home.